Hi, I'm Anna Rice. Welcome to this free training session on footwork. Today, we're going to talk about landing and hitting at the same time when it comes to the footwork to the net. Landing and hitting at the same time with your feet and your contact with the shuttle will greatly improve your shot as well as your timing to recover and prepare for the next shot. So you'll recall that when we start our movement, we get our prep jump so that our legs are ready to move, and we get our wrap going. So our racket is aware and prepared of where we're moving to. So the racket moves, and once I get into the position, that's where the timing training comes. If I land and then connect with the shuttle, I'm going to meet the bird much lower down than if I instead connect with hitting at the same time as that I land with my front foot. Let's try that a few times without the shuttle. So I've got my prep jump, my racket leading, and then I hit at the same time. I want you to try even saying hit at the same time as when you're imagining you're going to connect with the shuttle. Hit. Hit. So if you're finding that this feels a little weird, probably you're a player who's been doing this. Hit. Hit. And what that does is, while you're landing, the shuttle is continuing to fall through the air. And you're now hitting it in a more defensive position than if you had landed and connected with the shot as soon as you got there, which means at the same time as you're landing. The second piece to this is making sure that you get a solid lunge. If you don't have a solid landing point, then that's where you have to stop and then hit. So it's crucial to get a very well-balanced lunge position so that you can confidently know that once you land, after you've hit the shot, you'll be steady and able to push back right away. A trick you can use to make sure you get a steady lunge is something called the kick out. And the kick out is when we extend the front toe out a little further than we normally would for the landing point. That's going to keep our gravity between our two legs as opposed to falling over the front leg. So try that with your lunges, kicking out a little extra, and then you'll find that you have more balance and you're able to hit the shuttle at the same time as you're landing. Something I use that I find so effective with the littler students is to imagine that when you're landing, you're hitting a lava pit. So it's very hot on your foot. And as soon as you land, you want to push out right away, or else you're going to burn through your shoe and your foot. So after you hit, then you start your movement back right away. Because if you don't, if you stay there, you're going to burn your foot. And also what it does to your footwork is it kills the momentum that you've built up in the movement. Because badminton is all about flowing from one shot to the next. You want to generate your energy and then carry it back with you into the next shot. That's how we keep the circuit of energy going. The last thing about this landing and hitting at the same time is to really commit to the shot that you've decided to hit. For a lot of people, the reason why they land and then hit is because they haven't clearly decided what shot they're going to hit. So they wait even a split second and then hit the shot. And that delay gives your opponent more time to get ready for your shot, as opposed to reaching out and meeting the shuttle at the same time as you're landing so that you can put the most pressure on your opponent. So you need to be clear in your mind what shot's coming next. So I hope you found this free training video useful. Try these tips out. Let me know your comments. I hope it helps. See you next time. Hi, I'm Anna Rice. Welcome to this free training series on footwork. This video, we're covering front court footwork, and we're talking about something I call wrap. Now, not the hip hop kind. We're talking about wrap, meaning racket, awareness, and preparedness. And wrap is so important when it comes to any kind of footwork, because the racket is what leads us to the shuttle. So often we think that footwork is all about the feet, but actually it's a lot to do with the body position and the racket. The racket establishes the movement, and that's what leads the feet to follow. So the first thing that we'll talk about when it comes to wrap is a metaphor I use called the sumo suit. Now, we all know what a sumo wrestler looks like, right? They're very well trained, but they're also very large. So what I want you to do when we're starting the footwork to the front court is I want you to imagine you're wearing a sumo suit, or even better, you are a sumo wrestler. So now your racket is going to be resting on top of your belly, which is now out here. Not only that, your non-racket arm is going to be out of the way on your side, which is now out here. And the reason we start with this as our ready position is because it gives us room to move to the shot without getting jammed to our body with our racket. If you wait with your racket here, then you're going to be further away from the movement, and you're going to get stuck. If the shots come to you, you won't be able to move. But by keeping your racket out in front of you, then you're still going to be able to hit the shots that come at you, and you're going to be a good foot closer to moving towards the shuttle. The second thing to be aware of when it comes to wrapping is that the racket needs to move first. And the way that we train the racket moving first is another metaphor I have that has to do with walking a dog. So if you have a dog at home, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you'll have to imagine, or if you've ever walked your friend's dog, if you're walking a dog on a leash, imagine that my racket is the leash. A well-behaved dog will stay right beside you, but a badly trained dog will run ahead at the first sign of a cat or any kind of thing that they want to chase after. And then they're pulling on the leash and dragging you around. That's the same sensation that you want to imagine when you see the shuttle come up at the net. The first thing you do after starting your sumo suit ready position is when you see that shot come up to your forehand, then you let the puppy loose and it runs away. And then it pulls you in that direction. The reason that's so crucial to having a solid footwork is because people think about their feet and then they get there and they're not ready with their racket. So when training footwork, you have to be able to have the correct steps in your feet as well as the correct movements in your racket. So it looks like this. My racket moves first. Racket moves. That way, by the time I get there, I'm ready to hit the shot, and I don't need to wait for my racket to get up and into position. The third piece of this wrap session that I want to talk about is your finish position at the net. After you finish your imaginary shot with your footwork training, it's important to stay disciplined with your racket. So many people will hit the shot and drop the racket back again down. But that is just poor training, because in a game situation, when the shuttle is in flight, you want to finish the net shot or the net play from here and keep the racket steady and upwards so that it's ready for the next move. If I drop my racket down, then it's going to take a long time again to get ready for the next shot, as opposed to keeping it ready and then my racket is up and aware and prepared for the next play. A second reason to keep the racket up after we've finished the shot at the net is because it keeps our body positioning correct. If I drop my racket down, look at the chain reaction. It brings my body over top, my head comes down, my butt goes up, and now I've lost that lunge position. Whereas if I keep my racket up, it will help me maintain that upper body balance that is so key to recovering back to my ready position for the next shot. So I hope you'll find these tips useful when training your footwork to the front court. It's not just about the steps, it's also about the upper body racket positioning and being able to maintain that position throughout the shot, both before and after. Let me know if this helps, leave your comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi, I'm Anna Rice. Welcome to this free training series on footwork. In this video, we're going to talk about the steps to move to the front court, both on the forehand and the backhand side. So the first thing to think about when you're starting any footwork movement is the prep jump. And the prep jump is the movement that gets our energy ready to transfer into whichever direction we're going to on the court. The prep jump is actually not a jump upwards, it's more like a fall downwards. Imagine that you're standing and there's a bullet flying from your opponent's side right towards your head. So for the prep jump, you need to fall slightly so that bullet passes over your head, and then you're ready to make the move. You'll see this in a lot of different sports. Before an athlete prepares to make the movement, they have to generate that energy, use the gravity to generate the energy, and then they can change direction more quickly. So that's the first thing to know, and this applies to any footwork steps that we're learning. So after we've done the prep jump, then the next thing is the steps. We initiate the steps to the net by starting on our non-racket leg. The non-racket leg, if I'm right-handed, is going to be my left leg. If I'm left-handed, it will be my right leg. So I initiate after the prep jump by taking a step towards the direction that I'm moving with my non-racket leg. My left leg first. And then the second step, which is my final lunge, happens onto my racket leg. Now it's crucial that we extend the lunge with our non-racket, Now it's crucial that we extend into the lunge with our racket leg in front. And the reason for this is for balance, stability, and also because it's more biomechanically sound to reach further in front using our racket leg as opposed to our non-racket leg. And you can test this out if you don't believe me. Stand at a certain position and lunge out as far as you can, and then reach forward, and you'll notice that your whole body is able to twist, and you can reach a good deal further than if you do that same lunge, stepping to the same point with your non-racket leg. So it looks like this. I do my prep jump, avoid the bullet, and then left, right. Prep, left, right. You'll notice I've got my non-racket arm back to help me balance. Let's see it for the left-handed players. Prep, and now my non-racket leg is my right leg, so I'm gonna step and lunge. Prep, step, lunge. Prep, step, lunge. That's into the forehand side. Let's talk about the backhand side now. And you're probably thinking, well, these steps are going to be a lot different. Well, you're wrong. The steps are identical. We still take our initial step with our non-racket leg. So if I'm right-handed, that first step is going to be with my left leg. And now, because I'm moving to my left side of the net, then I step in the direction that I'm wanting to travel. Left, and then I cross over and lunge onto my racket leg. Prep, left, lunge. Prep, left, lunge. Let's show it for the lefties. Prep, right, lunge. Prep, right, lunge. So I hope you'll find these steps helpful for your footwork to both the forehand and backhand sides at the net. Let me know your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.
Wait, before you go out and try what Anna just taught you, I want you to imagine something. Imagine if you could double your speed on the court, get to more shots faster, charge the net with greater speed, and leave your opponents gasping for air. And imagine you had a former US Open champion and Olympian by your side every step of the way to make sure you succeed. Developed by US Open champion, two-time Olympian, and pro coach, Anna Rice.
Anna's very dedicated, and she will push you to try your best.
Myself and a lot of other people do look up to her. She knows her stuff. Listen to what she has to say, because she's great.
With over 19 years of experience, Anna will explode your footwork skills whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced player. So, what exactly is Front Court Footwork Secrets? It's an intense online training system designed to supercharge your footwork skills so you can double your speed on the court, charge the net harder, get to shots quicker, and leave your opponents gasping for air. Each week, you'll get access to a new high-definition training video where Anna will personally coach you the same techniques that today's top pros use. It's so effective that you can see results in just the second week.
She's been involved in the game for many years. She knows it very well. If you want to get to be the best, Anna is definitely one of the best coaches for that.
Getting to the court even once a week can sometimes be tough, but with Front Court Footwork Secrets, you can improve your footwork from the comfort of your own home, anytime you want. Anna will push you through warm-ups, drills, practice techniques, and real-life game situations, so you'll be ready to dominate the second you step on the court. Plus, it's an extremely easy-to-follow, step-by-step system that's designed to give you the quickest results possible.
She explains things really well.
Anna's a great communicator. She's able to break down, drills and...
After I had my training with Anna, it was harder for my opponents to read where I was going to hit the bird.
Immediately eliminate stumbling and fumbling around the court. Never miss shots you should have easily had. Take your game to the next level, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced player. Play with less energy and increase your endurance so you can last longer. Get to the shot lightning fast on defense. Be able to push harder than you ever have before on offense and win the match with your opponent begging for mercy. If you want to be faster, increase your agility, and stop stumbling around the court, this is the program for you. So here's what to do next. As part of a special offer that's not advertised anywhere else, you can get access to Front Court Footwork Secrets right now for just $1. Just scroll down and click on the button that says, Get Instant Access right now. But as you can see on the countdown below, this offer is only for a limited time and will be removed forever when the timer gets to 0. So click the button below now and become a member today for just $1.